Okay, this is an unboxing of the Alinco DR135T MKIII. I ordered this through Ham Radio Outlet in Virginia. They had a pretty good price on it, and I want to throw a 2-meter in the car. That'll work a little bit better than some of the HTs that I have in there right now. And we'll see what's inside. I had a Yaesu and a couple other cars, but that one accidentally was dropped a few months back and the display was totally messed up. So that one became a parts radio, and this is replacing that one. And I've got my invoice and a new catalog. And lots of packing peanuts. Seems to be pretty well packaged in here. Should be everything that's coming. I don't think there's anything separated. Nope. Thin box. Certainly has some weight to it. In the past, I've had other Alinco radios that have been fine. They've done everything I've needed them to do and have been regular performers. Obviously, there are several models of this one, so we're looking at the top one. That's interesting. Okay, it's not blue, it's just the blue wrap. That looked totally blue for a second. Power cables. This one has an interesting option that I've seen on some of the write-ups online. It's got a security alarm that ties to the steering wheel or the shifter, and if that cable gets unhooked, the radio goes into an alarm mode. I don't know if it transmits on a certain frequency or if it's an audible alarm. And I believe these are the two parts for that alarm. Strange, but interesting little extra. There's that large microphone. Again, some of the reviews have talked about how large the mic is. Compared to some of the other radios, the newer ones, that is substantial. And there's the rig. Okay, I just took that blue wrapper off. And we've got a 9-pin DP9 on the back. A couple ports on the back also. I believe one of these plugs into, for instance, the 12-volt supply or the cigarette lighter in the car. And when that does not have power, when you turn it off, it will turn the radio off, even though the regular power supply is still connected to a power source. I believe that data cable on the upper left can serve several purposes. That alarm, I believe, plugs into that port. It's got a heavy feel. a large heatsink, 50 watts out on high, speakers mounted in the top, and the next phase will be to connect it up and see how we do. Put all the items that come here, mounting hardware, with a couple fuses in there, the alarm cable, the big mic, the cable, and the manual. And I just connected it to the power supply, plugged in the mic, and turned it on. I have not gone through the manual yet to really figure out how this all works. The microphone has a very good feel to it. It is large. It's got two switches on the handset to lock or unlock the keypad, DTMF on or off, and then of course the up and down buttons on there. It's got a big feel. Overall, the radio has a very nice feel to it. As I go through the manual and learn more about what this can do, I'll share that here. And this is the Alinco DR135 MKIII mounted in the car. This video is a little bit dark. It's late in the day. It's always hard to find time to work on these things. But as far as the rig goes, it's a great little radio. It's got a lot of output. The signal reports are very good. Very easy to program from the front, and those alpha tags are really, really cool. As far as mounting this in here, it's really simple. I had a square metal plate, and what I did, if you've watched any of the other videos, basically I used a toggle bolt, so it goes through the hole in the plate, through an empty space in the vent. The toggle expands, and then tighten down the screw, and that holds the plate down. And then I put a little wire around the expanding toggle, and then just wrap that here. So if I have to take this out, I unscrew the screw, hold on to this wire, and then pull out the toggle so the toggle doesn't fall down into the vent. I did one screw on this side, one on the other, and then that metal plate, which is maybe 6 inches by 6 inches, 5 inches by 5 inches, just bolts on to the bottom of the bracket here. And then it just holds the bracket in there. Let's see if I can turn a light on here that might help a little bit. And I don't know if this will help or not, but it's just a metal bracket, or a metal plate, that is screwed onto the bottom of the bracket that came with the radio. And then that just holds it there. It's extremely solid. It's not going anywhere. I tried to do this with another 2 meter that was very heavy, but this one's much lighter and it works fine. As far as running the antenna, you can see a little bit of it sticking out right along that seam. Goes along, gets tucked in at the base of the windshield, and then comes out right here. I couldn't go all the way through. There's something blocking down the inside. So for the power, for the wiring 12 volt service for the radio, the 12 volt service goes along this side. You can see it going along that seam, goes down around, and then comes in behind this panel. What I did for the time being is the 12 volt supply for the auxiliary port in here offers 10 amp service. The radio on half power or mid power gives 25 watts and needs about 5 or 6 amps. My antenna on the back of the car is a through the glass antenna that can only handle about 45 or 50 watts. So keeping the radio on 25 watts, which hits everything I want to, keeps the antenna happy so I'm not overdriving or pushing the antenna too hard, and using the 12 volt supply I'm not pulling too much through. One day a straight line to the battery and a better antenna will let me kick this thing up to 50 watts. but 25 watts hits everything that I need to. And that's the setup. It's a nice radio. I do like it. Ideally, I'd like to hide that cable in the back. Maybe I'll give some more thought to that. But for now, that's where we are. Thanks for watching.